The United States of America is locked into a cold situation with China. I just want to let the buffer go a little bit. We are in a cold situation. One could say even a cold war. And what is the biggest weapon of this war? It's not nuclear. It's not a bomb of any shape. It's not guns. The biggest weapon in this war is an app called TikTok. That is why Rubio and Gallagher want to ban it. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not for that. Now, I've done many videos criticizing TikTok, and I'm going to have some it's going to be pretty much non-political, but I want to talk with what got me on this mind of TikTok. TikTok's time's up. The app should be banned in America. U.S. Senator Marco Rubio and Representative Mike Gallagher, Wisconsin, November 10th, via the Washington Post, they say it's time's up. The time's up. We got to ban this thing. Donald Trump said the same thing. I don't like that. That's not the answer to me. TikTok is a problem. That's for sure. But I think banning the app lets it off the hook in a way and lets the other media companies off the hook. One thing that you'll never hear in life that I've never heard anybody say, YouTube Shorts, it's a dangerous platform that's affecting America. I've never really even heard people say Instagram Reels. I know China bans Instagram, but Reels and Facebook has their version. Twitter has videos. Getter. I've never heard anyone say Getter's video platform is ruining America. In that case, it might be because of numbers, not enough people using it. But what I'm getting at is the algorithm. That is the key. That is the strength. That is the difference between TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Is when you go on TikTok knows what you want before you want it. So if I go on TikTok and allegedly I see a lot of women shaking their ass in leggings, then that means TikTok is telling you, we see your facial expression. We don't know this for sure because the algorithm's not public, but it's possible they could be saying, even if you don't like it or comment, they could be seeing your facial expressions and being like, okay, bruh likes this type of ass. That's the power. And it shouldn't be banned. We just need everything that you're using, the tools, to be public. Now, I don't know all the details. How would you know that they're making everything public? I don't know. If that's not possible, then you might have to go down the ban route or somewhere else. I don't know. But ideally, we should be able to have the app and see what it's doing. That's what I would prefer, Mr. Rubio. But I see where you're coming from. I'm not against you. But the thing is, you say ban TikTok. I have a problem with Twitter right now. It's better that Elon's came back, and Elon has been savage. If you don't know, Elon said, we're doing Twitter 2.0. And he said, I'm going to give you, I don't know how many days it is. He sent out an email. He said, we're going to be working long hours, and these engineers, we're going to be working our ass off. It's not going to be like before where you're just going on finding your favorite conservative to ban, allegedly. It's going to be, you're going to actually be working so hard, you won't even have time to worry about that. If you don't want to do that, then you can take 3 months of severance pay and leave. We'll shut off your account. You'll still get paid for 3 months, but we'll shut it off. It's not a good job. It's not a good time to be jobless in tech right now. They might be virtue signaling like, I'm out the door. I wish you the best. I don't want anybody to go hungry or not have a job, but this ain't the time for that. So Elon Musk, what he's doing is working, in my opinion, on the algorithm. He wants Twitter to be crack. He wants Twitter to be crack cocaine. And I do have a warning. If you're just listening, this is not going to be a family-friendly show. And it's not really going to be from me. I'm going to play some TikTok videos. Thanks for stopping by. People said, yes, ban it. Yes, ban it. I don't blame you at all. I've said that before, I think. But I don't want to ban it. I want to say, hey, come here. And I don't know how it's done. Because if you say the algorithm has to be public, otherwise there's these penalties. How do you know if the whole thing's public or not. I don't know. Is there a way? Leon says clear answer, ban for under 18. You could try that. SD Sarter says TikTok should be banned. All of Twitter employees are going to TikTok for work after being fired. If TikTok hires them, yeah, they might. That's the first place you might want to go. Jason J says algorithm is different. Twitter was tracking the same with fake bot followers to make ideological content seem more popular than it was. Yeah, boosting it up. So Jason J said there is no way to ban around it, either 100% free speech anonymous or locked down verified accounts all around. So I hope you understand where I'm coming from with it, is the algorithm is the new weapon. Jack Posobiec and others had said the algorithm is the reason why, in his words, paraphrasing, is the reason why Democrats were able to get young people out. Maybe in part, were able to get young people out. I looked at it and was like, Jack, you're crazy. There's no way it did. How do I know? They know everything. Like, they've got from just looking at your face. I did a video where they alter your face in the app, but they can analyze your eyes, your expression, your facial expression when you see different things. So I might look at something and say it's cringe. I've been looking at these tools that kind of help you analyze the algorithm for YouTube. Who knows if it works or not? But you look at it, and the stuff doesn't make any sense. They're just putting keywords all over the place, like what's hot right now, who's hot right now, and then they'll just put words in there, and it's not even a complete sentence. It's like Fetterman talking. It's like just words mashed together, and it's kind of like that's probably how the algorithm thinks. So going back to Marco Rubio, trying to step up, I feel this, said that we are locked in a Cold War with the Chinese Communist Party, one that senior military advisors warned could turn hot over Taiwan at any time. Yet millions of Americans increasingly rely on TikTok. What are we relying on TikTok? Do you put in your resume on TikTok? What are we relying on it for? Well, we'll see in a second with some videos I got queued up. I'm going to give you some insight on the ones that I could show you. TikTok is a soft prawn app, allegedly. Let me not use me because you might think it's a soft prawn app. In a way, it gives you whatever you want, whatever you need, whether it's soft prawn, whether it's comedy, whether it's raps. I'm going to tap into that a little bit. Yet millions of Americans increasingly rely on this as Chinese social media app exposed to the influence of the CCP to consume the news, share content, and communicate with friends. I put a video on YouTube Studio. The video was Joe Biden apparently falling asleep during an interview. Maybe he just had maybe his eyelids were just getting a little heavy. YouTube let that video go. TikTok said, no, you can't do that video. TikTok, a Chinese-owned app, is telling an American citizen what video they can post and what they can't post. Very powerful, too. Way more powerful than a nuclear weapon. You can control the masses with this thing. ByteDance is the company that owns this. I played a while back a clip of Josh Hawley just going ham in the Senate. I think he's the best senator. I think he's better than Rand Paul on many things even. That's a controversial thing to say, but like them both. But he grilled one of the execs on it. I think it was the CEO. And the app can track cell phone users' location. Does that seem important at all to you? That the Chinese government can track? And what does that mean? Well, what are they going to really do? Are they going to track do I have my phone? Actually, I don't even have my phone with me. That's weird. But what are they going to do? Are they going to track where I'm at? No, probably not. But what they could do is aggregate all that information and say, this is where we could do something because this is where the algorithm tells us most people are at the time of day. It's very valuable information. Do we have that information about Chinese citizens? Collect internet browsing data, even when users are visiting unrelated websites. With this app, Beijing could collect sensitive national security information from U.S. government employees and develop profiles on millions of Americans to use for blackmail or espionage. Even more alarming than that possibility, however, are the potential abuses of TikTok's algorithm. That is what TikTok is. That's what all these sites are. They are algorithms. So you're looking at right now, you might be watching me. I'm streaming on the Rumble brand algorithm, the YouTube brand algorithm, the Odyssey brand algorithm, the Twitter brand algorithm, the Twitch brand. There's just an algorithm. It's like a tennis shoe, Nike, Adidas, or whatever else. So they have censored reference to politically sensitive topics. You know what? Even the T Square incident, that's just one little thing. Like I told you, I posted the video from Michael Schellenberger, who he posted that about the Polly P situation, the straight, no editing, straight video, 2-minute video that I have here on this channel about the neighbor talking about their takes on the dude they called DePap. They edited. TikTok said, "No, that breaks our rules." A Chinese government. Wait, a Chinese app? I can't criticize. I can't. Not. I didn't even. I didn't have commentary. It was just the clip of the neighbor. It's a major threat to the U.S. national security. So, unless TikTok and its algorithm can be separated from Beijing, the apps used in the United States will continue to jeopardize our country, and that's the gist of all I want to share there. But I want to show you a little bit. The app is deep. You can see some very positive things on there, and you can see some very bizarre things on the app. One thing that I've noticed, one trend that I just wanted to capture in this video here, is just people doing goofy things purposely to trend on the app. I am sharing TikTok. I'm sharing TikTok right now, the web version of it, if you're just listening. And there's this goofy dude on here. And this has 4.3 million views of this dude doing this.
Bitch, did you start? I keep an AR. Shawty wanna fuck, but she shop at Walmart. In the Royce, and I see double R's. But when I'm in it, all I wanna see is stars. I'm a little Macy, put these diamonds in your facey. If I catch a op, I could never catch a Casey. I'm with That's the Kid, we get rid of the ops. And if you get hit, you'll fall dead on the block. Sliding with posts, sticks, and chops.
If we could see the algorithm, if we could see the algorithm that brought us to this point where we've got people, I don't know if they're American citizens or not, these kids here. If we could see the algorithm, what would it say? What would it do? What would it say? So we could say the algorithm and say, how did this video get 4.3? When I say see I mean see everything. Who were they feeding this video to? How did they see this video? Was it because they were laughing when they were watching the video? And you could slowly put pieces together to figure out how someone like Fetterbot could win in Pennsylvania. These young people are going to be, I don't know if they're voting age now, they're going to be at some point voting age. Do you think they're going to vote for a competent candidate? It's really, it's deeper than just what they block from the T Square situation or anything else. Now, I will say that there are times where it is based. It will give you based response. I mean, to me, this was a based TikTok right here. So this TikTok, if you're just listening, this is a person working at a fast food type restaurant or place. And this person is saying that, you know, when they take orders, they're like, people don't know that I'm a certain identity. And so they're kind of flaunting that identity. And then dude has a response to it. Like, I don't care about your identity.
It's the simple fact that you think we give a fuck. Because, bitch, if I'm in the drive-thru or the line inside of the store, the last The last thing I'm concerned with, what the gender of the person behind the counter taking my order is. I don't give a fuck if you was an alien, bitch. Give me my fucking donuts. I came to this establishment for one specific reason. That was to indulge in whatever the fuck it is I'm ordering. I came here to eat, not play fucking 21 questions. Don't nobody give a fuck. Embrace that shit. I don't understand. Like, why do y'all do that? Y'all make a transformation and push it onto other people as if they're supposed to care. Bitch, if you don't take this 20 and shut the fuck up, I need my food. Seat in the bag, please. Napkin too. But fuck about your past or what you've been through. Regardless if I'm in the store or in the drive-through. That was low-key bar.
Bar,
More of the
that's
story.
low-key
I don't
I gotta hear that one more. This is
care. I'm in the drive-through.
so he's responding to someone who's a transformer, which is perfectly fine. But he's like, that has nothing to do with you getting my food. I'm gonna tell you my take on why this is a good reason as to why I say do not ban this thing. Hopefully this is loud enough.
It's the simple fact that you think we give a fuck. Because, bitch, if I'm in the drive-through or the line inside of the store, the last thing I'm concerned with, what the gender of the person behind the counter taking my order is. I don't give a fuck if you was an alien, bitch. Give me my fucking donuts. I came to this establishment for one specific reason. That was to indulge in whatever the fuck it is I'm ordering. I came here to eat, not play fucking 21 questions. Don't nobody give a fuck. Embrace that shit. I don't understand. Like, why do y'all do that? Y'all make a transformation and push it onto other people as if they're supposed to care. Bitch, if you don't take this 20 and shut the fuck up, I need my food. Seat in the bag, please. Napkin too. But fuck about your past or what you've been through. Regardless if I'm in the store or in the drive-through. That was low-key bar. Moral of the story, I don't care. I just want my food. Y'all have a good day.
The reason why I like that is these social media apps, just like the internet, can be tools for common people. So I don't want to take don't remove TikTok. Keep TikTok, make the algorithm public and make sure it's not banning people based on their political beliefs, and you might have a place for a counter narrative. Right now, what we're having is we do have a place for a counter narrative. You heard his TikTok. This one got million something views. You've seen Twitter tweets go viral, all kinds of stuff. But when you notice the big news stories, they seem to stay on the app. And I have a feeling there's something that they're doing very well to keep these news stories on. They don't bleed off the app to real life much. They don't definitely go to, most of them don't go to mainstream media. This could be a tool, if unleashed, for common people. Now, there's also just a bunch of nonsense on here and garbage. I fully acknowledge that.
Hey, how you doing? All right, did you have fun on the slide? Good, let me show you around. Come on. So,
this is a new
how you
trend
doing?
on TikTok.
All right, did you have fun on the slide?
You're going to be seeing YouTube Shorts doing, they basically, you go to YouTube Shorts, you see a lot of them are TikToks. You're going to be seeing a lot of them because this is the new trend on TikTok. These trends go viral on TikTok, and the songs go viral. YouTube is copying that. They're going to try and make some songs where you can use them in YouTube without getting copyright infringement or sharing them a little bit better. But if you're just listening, this a kid falls on his face on a slide and immediately somebody puts him in heaven. It's actually changed the comedy game. I like TikTok as well, though, for music. This is fire right here. I love this X-Men 90s through an electric, I believe it's electric cello and violin. This is great stuff right here. That was fire. Brings me back to the 90s. That's a intro to a cartoon. If you don't know, the X-Men cartoon, the animated series, one of the greatest cartoon adaptations to animation that has ever existed. They did not dumb it down for anyone. But for the TikTok angle, It's excellent. Why would you want to get rid of that? There's absolutely no reason. That's exposing people to different types of music.
Hi, what's up? Everyone's doing this. Let's go. I remember when I lost my mind. Oh, there was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo and so much space. Yeah.
That is an opportunity for some random, I don't know who this is, but just as an example, for a random person to be very successful. It evens the playing field. Potentially, it could. What's up, Toy Mafia? SD Starter says there is a TikTok video from Sage and the Sun that reinforces the idea that racism toward white people is insulting the dead. Oh my gosh. So if you could be a random person with talent, like American Idol, and use this app as a tool to further where you want to go. Excellent opportunity. Even if you want to do the same type of thing and literally fart into a mic.
I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah. Okay.
So you have to take the good with the bad. This one was this one was unbelievable. I never heard of this dude until I saw this TikTok, and it cracks me up every time I see it.
Okay, we do need to acknowledge that.
So this is one you would have to watch the video for, but maybe you might not want to watch the video for this.
To the window, to the wall. Okay, we do need to acknowledge that. Those are beautiful. Shape,
And just to be clear, that was a male.
size, symmetry, areola to meat ratio. Like, some of the better I've seen in my whole life. If you say otherwise, you're a liar. I know you're a fucking liar. And follow me, you fucking idiots. Something's in my teeth.
This dude, I don't even know what his name is. I just follow him on TikTok, and he is just an absolute fool. This is his whole feed. You can't let them take this away from us. I think TikTok has allowed Americans to be more American. Just like Shannon Sharp said that money doesn't make you. It doesn't change you. It just makes you more of what you already are. And I think TikTok hasn't, I honestly don't think TikTok has changed us. It's made us more of what we already are. Is that good or bad? If it's unchecked, I mean, this is so one thing that we do have to agree with TikTok. I think that I would agree with most people on is that it is unchecked power. It is power that does need to be checked. If TikTok does not, if the government does not have the capabilities of analyzing this thing, finding out what the power is, and how to harness it really for people, but that sounds silly. The government doesn't do that when it should, but it should be able to see this and harness the power for the people as it's become the new town square with all of social media together. Then what is the government good for? It's a reflection on us, not just people, but government. I thought this was funny from Same Dude here. He's a stand-up comedian, And he's like, sometimes guys just think about nothing. I think this is true.
I don't know how this is possible, but apparently guys have the ability to think about nothing. Like they can just make their mind.
Okay, this isn't 100% true. When guys say they're thinking about nothing, they're thinking about something very specific and obscure that we think you probably don't give a shit about, and it would take us a long time to explain to you what the thought even means, and we don't even know why we started thinking about it in the first place, so we can't even tell you where the thought came from. An example of this would be one time a girlfriend asked me what I was thinking, and I was honest with her, and I told her I was thinking about a salami pirate ship. Like, could you take pieces of salami and lay them on top of each other so perfectly you could build a boat out of it? And she just had more and more questions. She was like, do you want to build a salami pirate ship? Did you see this on TV? Why are you thinking about this? And I was like, I'm as confused as you are. So we just say nothing to save time. Now follow me, you fucking idiots.
I don't know how this is possible, but apparently guys have the ability to think about nothing. Like they can just.
There's actually a bunch, and I have actually done a little reaction to a couple of these relationship type TikToks, which I think they can be helpful and and hurtful, but whatever. You can take from it whatever you want. People talking about relationship. This is not a deep one, but do guys relate to me on this? Yeah, sometimes it's like you just have random thoughts in your head, and you're like, I'd rather not share that because that would actually create more questions. So I could relate to that one. So this one, if you're just listening, this one is weird because I've never seen this before. And to my knowledge, they do, this TikTok, they do all these dances and whatever they do. That's fine. We're looking at someone and she's obviously not overweight or anything. We're looking at her ass cheeks from the front. I've never seen this before. She's dancing and we're seeing her at the bottom of her ass cheeks from the front.
I am constantly impressed with the new ways ass and chesticles are delivered. Like underneath from the front. I've never seen that before. That's revolutionary. It looked like someone squeezing a Jell-O cup and it was just constantly popping out. God bless the internet and follow me, you fucking idiot.
God bless the United States of America. That this is a great country, isn't it? The country is so great that you might be able to make money literally clapping your ass cheeks on TikTok. So do you want this gone or not? She's clapping her ass cheeks. That's all she's doing. Literally. Hey, and you might be able to make money. Whatever works for you, whatever floats your boats. And I'm being serious. You can people make money off of YouTube. People make money off of TikTok. Just doing stuff just like that. It's like a 10-second video of literally just clapping your ass.
Has a guy ever ate down there when you're on your time of the month?
So this is a graphic one. I have a warning up, but I'm going to do just a double check. This is a graphic one. But where else would you have these type of conversations?
Has a guy ever ate down there when you're on your time of the month?
This question is super lame. Duh.
You gotta munch when she's dripping fruit punch. Most of your mouth time is spent on a little pink gumball at the peak of the meat drapes, not even going in. And even if it does get a little blood, that's iron. That's good for you. And after you slip your fingers in to say hello to the Lord of Blood and press the fun button, you pull them out and you give yourself a Simba. And follow me, you fucking idiots.
So I would have never known who this dude is. I think he's hilarious. I say clown, in a good way. If I had never found TikTok, I get a lot of comedic stuff on there. I probably seen more stand-up comedy on TikTok than on TV. I don't even watch stand-up on TV.
I've noticed black people have the genius to put the curse word after they say the race of the person. Where white dudes, we always put it in front. And if we would just make that little adjustment, we could save so many careers, so many jobs could be saved in the white community if we would just put it after. You never notice that in conversation? You know, black guy being like, man, I was standing there, this Asian motherfucker came in, he starts talking about, you don't even hear it. You're just sitting there, oh, what did this Asian motherfucker do? I would love to hear the rest of this story, right? Dude, I would tell the exact same story, right? I'm standing there, right? This fucking Asian comes in, right? Everybody's all like, whoa, hey, easy, Jesus, dude. What year is it, you know? It's like, dude, I just said what he said. I just preempted the fuck. That's all I did. Like, I've noticed.
I love that. But do you understand? I'm making my case now to keep TikTok. Oh my goodness. I do have a couple other. That's all I have on TikTok. I do have a couple other takes here for things that are going on in the news. Thanks for stopping by. I've got Comic Dave Smith brought up a good, because I was thinking about, I like the Trump speech so much. What's my biggest criticism of the speech, if I have one? I don't blame Trump at all for this. Please don't get me wrong. But because I wouldn't have brought this up either. Is my biggest my biggest criticism is he kind of smoothed over 2020, didn't he? If you didn't hear the Trump speech, I would go back and listen to it. There's not many speeches I say go back and listen to. I might end with the Tucker speech. I just love that Tucker speech so much. I might end with it. But Comic Dave Smith, who was trending on Twitter again today, said the funniest part of Trump's announcement speech yesterday was how he yada-yada'd over 2020. It was like the economy was white hot, yada yada. Joe Biden is president and things suck. So he did. That is an absolute accurate assessment. Donald Trump kind of was like, yeah, remember the economy was hot? Obviously 2020 it was not. He kind of like smoothed over that part of it. But the thing is, what would you want him to do or say there in that speech on that? Nothing. And 2020 was there was a lot with 2020. Yeah, the BLM and all that. So I do not blame him at all for smoothing over that. But if you're going to go after him, then if you're going to go after Trump, then that's the weakness. That's where I would go. Yo, what's up? BM says, absolutely ban TikTok. I do not blame you. But I still say these things could be tools for us. The internet can be a tool for us. Would you say ban the internet? I mean, TikTok and them, they're really becoming somewhat like a separate internet. Yo, oh, this is Twitch. Okay. Well, the Twitch user. Can I put that? Yeah. Okay. Not anonymous. Is that a bot? I don't know. I do not get many Twitch. I don't know. I don't even use Twitch. So, yeah, digital dollar is in play. That is the next thing. You can see where they're going with this. Levi said, what's with those undies? How does that even function? So you can see how, does anybody else get lost on TikTok? You can see how easily you could go on TikTok and just get lost in whatever rabbit hole you want to. I actually got good information because I'm not going to talk about it here because I'm not an expert on the subject matter. And it's really not something I want to talk about. But the whole controversy with Kyrie that got him banned, the movie, I haven't seen the movie it's a documentary. I think it's like a documentary movie. But somebody was explaining it, even though I haven't seen it. And I was like, oh, I understand what they're saying. I don't know if it's true or not. But it actually, in a very concise way, helped me understand what the argument is from that documentary. This is, if you follow Alex Berenson, you know that he is a troubled person. Or not troubled, conflicted, I would say. And this is what it looks like when you have a conflicted person who is an NPC. So Alec Berenson he's former New York Times, right? I don't think he has it in here anymore. I believe he's, author, former, I believe it was New York Times. He is in the machine. He's a zombie. He's historically been a leftist zombie. Not a Naomi Wolf. Naomi Wolf is a classic liberal, always free. Classic liberals are free thinkers. Tim Pool, Naomi Wolf, Bill Maher. Alex Berenson has been in the machine. And for some reason, the pandemic brought him out of the machine, which I give him credit for. And I agree. I can say, hey, I agree with you here. Don't agree with you on something else. he tweeted one of the most bizarre tweets or positions I've seen in a long time. If you don't know, Alex Bernstein was banned from Twitter for his legitimate, factual opinions during the pandemic. His opinions were nobody has approved his pandemic statements as wrong. He just got banned because he didn't follow the storyline. Banned, and they literally tried to end this man's career. The only place he could go was Tucker Carlson for like TV hits and all that. And he had to go to Substack. He said, I can't vote for Donald Trump under any circumstance. And I can't leave my ballot blank again. So I will vote Democratic in 2024. We're talking about the general election, it sounds like, if Republicans nominate Trump. Last week showed how many independents feel like this. Last week showed how many, so he's basically saying, showed how many independents agree with me. If the GOP base can't see the truth, it will learn the hard way. So you could take this as like just a threat, like is he really going to do that or not? So he's kind of threatening them because he doesn't like Trump and he doesn't want to vote for Trump. But it looks like he doesn't really want to vote for Democrats either. But that's bizarre for him to say this. If you take him at his word, he said, I can't vote for Donald Trump. You do what you'd want to do. I'm not trying to knock somebody who doesn't want to. If you don't want to vote for Trump, don't vote for Trump. I'm probably going to vote for Comic Dave Smith, but we'll see. But I can't vote for Donald Trump under any circumstances. So he's gonna vote for the machine that tried to end his job, end his livelihood, literally, unconstitutionally, illegally, try to end his livelihood. People like Greg Price are like, you're gonna vote for the people who are responsible for the pandemic corruption and that you exposed, and then also literally banned you from social media. Yeah, he is. Other people are like, that will show them. You're going to give them your vote? Bruh. That really happened. I had a couple takes on that. I said failure is an option. And his mindset is definitely a failure. And I think true power. What is true power? I think the non-family friendly part of the show is over. So what is true power? True power is when you can illegally try to get someone fired and censored, and that person still walks up to you, bends down, and licks your boot. That's true power. And that's where Alex Berenson is. These people can be very smart and very afraid, gutless. And you can bring that back to Trump again. You can say whatever you want if Trump is stupid or whatever. I don't think he is, but you can say whatever you want to say about him, but he's not, he is fearless. I'll tell you that. Let me know what you think about Alex Berenson saying that he's still going to vote for the same party behind his banning. Unbelievable. He's, this is an intelligent dude. Can you believe that? I don't know. Let me bring up another hot button topic that's been coming up. Everybody since the Trump announcement they've been bringing up Trump's old tweets and stuff, or his old videos and stuff like that, and old tweets, and it's like everyone wants to relive 2016 Trump.
The people of India are going crazy that President Obama was constantly chewing gum. And then on top of that, he took it out of his mouth, put it back. You can't do it. It's disgusting.
Donald Trump is back, man. He will say anything at any time.
The people of India are going crazy that President Obama was constantly chewing gum. And then on top of that, he took it out of his mouth, put it back. You can't do it. It's disgusting. The people of India are going crazy that
that was a real thing. Obama's gum chewing in India, flashback. Obama's gum chewing in India, ungainly sight. So Trump played off of this. President Obama at the time, this is 2015, at the time became the first president honored as chief guest for India's Republic Day parade with an old habit, chewing gum. Obama popped in a piece of chewing gum during Monday's parade, according to pool reports and local press. The president could be seen at certain points chewing gum while watching the procession, which celebrates that day the Constitution of India came into force in 1950. He was also spotted chewing upon his arrival as he greeted Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in video posted by the Times of India. The outlet called it an ungainly sight. So just bringing you back to those old times where, Trump would be, what was the taco thing where he was eating tacos at his desk? It just brings you back to all the old Trump classics where I just remember looking at, and I didn't even have a take on Trump. I was just like, I don't know what's happening. Like, we've never seen anything. Like, when that happened in 2015, all that type of stuff, I was like, we've never seen anything like this before. It's just, it's a shock to the system. It breaks you out of the norms of our political kind of discourse. And that's what we need again. I think that's what we need. I think we absolutely need again. It's Trump to break us out of this rut that we're in right now. So I'm gonna bring up a couple more tweets here. I'll be out in about 15 minutes. Thanks for stopping by. But I think Twitter is going to be the place to try to, if Elon Musk can get that algorithm public, Twitter could be that political tool for people to get their voice out. I think that's very, very possible. So if you heard this, I haven't talked about it yet, but this is a big story. They're trying to get ahead of the story. They're trying to get ahead of the story because they know the house is turning red. And I'm talking about the FIBA. FIBA had as many as 8 informants inside that PB group in the months around the J6 incident. Recent court papers indicate raising questions about how much federal investigators were able to learn from them before and after it took place. They had FIBA informants, 8 of them, as many as 8 inside the group before, raising questions in the months around. That means before. The New York Times is using language in a specific way. And, I said they know the house is turning red with all of this, and it's best to beat them to the news cycle. Even the populist left, which I give a shout out to Crystal Ball, who I have criticized at times, but I think she's great with Sagar. What a mess. Fed had informants with the PBs and the OKs. So why the hell didn't they prevent J6? I don't know. Thank you, Crystal, for asking. Thank you. She's, if you don't know, she's on Breaking Point, and it is I don't know. I don't know what you would label Sagar, but he's more of a right, and she's a populist left. And on that side of the aisle, or they don't have an aisle in DC, but on that side of the political discussion, they don't like aligning or anything at all with the populist right, which is terrible. But to risk of her credibility and reputation, she had a very good question. Whoa. So I don't like this. I'm just seeing this for the first time. Sarah Higdon replies to her and says, are you new here? The FIBA set the whole thing up. Have you looked up the Ray Epps? This reminds me of when Jimmy Dore was like, if they come around to your side, welcome them to your side. Don't push them away. If Crystal's asking questions about J6, help her. Like, okay, welcome her to those questions. And I think we need to go to her side And what do we not, because might be in an echo chamber. I'm more populist right, but it should be a mutual thing. So don't go after her. She's asking the question. Let's do it. But this is a good answer by Adam in H-Town, Texas. Says because they didn't want to prevent J6. That's why. That is a logical and possible answer. Let me know what you think. That's the first time I have addressed it on the channel. SD Sardor says, if anybody can remove Rhino-style Republicans, it's Trump, not DeSantis. Absolutely agreed. Now, I leave room, who knows? That's a hypothetical. I leave room to be wrong, but I hope that I have enough. I've made my argument as to why I don't agree. But he seems to do it in Florida. So I will say that. BM says social media is 100% with Democrats. Yes. They are in bed with all social media sites except Twitter now. That's why they're going after Elon. Yes. I mentioned the Twitter. Let's go to Twitter 2.0 because I mentioned it, but I didn't really go deep into it. Twitter 2.0 is, this is one of the stories I woke up to today. And this guy, Gurgly Oroz, don't know how to pronounce his name, but let me share the screen. Said that he has a scoop. Elon Musk just sent an email to all staff outlining Twitter 2.0, writing, it will need to be extremely hardcore, long hours, high intensity. That's what Elon does. Elon does that work himself. So don't think that Elon, who knows, but I think the results speak for themselves. If you go look at his resume, do I need to justify that statement? Probably. Hopefully I don't. Elon Musk works his ass off, got the money from PayPal, invested it all into new companies, when a lot of us probably would be in the Bahamas with SBF and chilling at some type of resort, making that resort our home. If we got, what was it? I don't know if it was, I forgot, it was 10 to 20 million or something like that. Probably chilling somewhere with that money in a bank account. No, he invested it all into startup companies and worked harder. That's not a normal dude. So he's not going to ask of normal things from normal people. He said people need to click yes to confirm being a part of this Twitter 2.0 by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Else they get 3 months severance. More details. The email came at midnight Pacific, similar to previous major changes announced to Twitter. Okay, so what? It's just fine, good information to know, but it writes, none of this is surprising to anyone who follows Elon. I tweeted, like, I'm being very serious about this. If you want insight to Elon and you're just some leftist lunatic, or if you're not, of course, anybody. But the reason why I say leftist lunatic, because they might not reach out to me because I don't respect your political leanings. But I will still tell you, I don't have any beef with you. I'm not a beef type person. So if you need insight on amateur laymen who's followed Elon Musk very closely, DM me, at me, anybody. I'll give you my insight. I don't want to get into too much. I said this, I did this, but I talked about this way back in April when it first announced. I said he's going to cut the staff down to nothing. I said he's going to turn Twitter into a startup. That's what he's going to do because Twitter's not making money, and it just had bloat of all these people working there who were more virtue signaling than doing work. Project Veritas pretty much exposed that. And even if they were doing work, they're not making money, so I can't keep all of you. It writes how only exceptional performance will constitute a passive grade. So you can't pass at Twitter anymore unless you're exceptional. Think about wherever you work. That's not easy, man. It's not easy to be exceptional. And so he basically saying, I want you to live, breathe, and eat Twitter. And I want you to live, breathe, and eat Twitter being great. With the algorithm, great. Customer feedback, great. I gave feedback. If somebody's banned from Twitter, why are their old tweets banned as well? That makes no sense. if their tweet didn't break the rules, their tweets should still exist on the platform. Same with YouTube. YouTube wiped Alex AJ from the platform and then wiped all the videos from AJ from the platform. Why? If those videos didn't break the terms, they should stay. Maybe I think Elon would agree with that, but little things like that he would have them working on in obviously order of much more importance than that. So he said Twitter will be engineering driven. That means algorithmically driven and quicker and work better, and maybe I think the whole user face is going to change because he's going to bring video in, and right now it's not set up very well for video, so he's going to have to slowly change that over. With coders playing an important part of it. This person here gave their take. My take is that given everything that is going on with Twitter, this is a positive step. It does not sugarcoat what kind of culture to expect. People already had a glimpse of it anyway. It also offers an easy way out to anyone on the fence with a decent severance package. It's a good option. He's saying if you don't want to do this, take the money and go find something else to do. That's fair. Also note that like with everything Elon does, all of it seems to assume California at-will employment applies globally, when Twitter has employees in other countries with strict labor laws. I assume HR will scramble to translate this email to account for local regulation. That's just, business. Software engineers still at Twitter, I am taking with are happy, relieved on this email. Many wanted to leave and were interviewing, so this makes it easy for them to leave. Yeah, you might even be able to double dip if you can get a job. For those on visas tied to employment, this won't make it easier, though. Twitter 2.0 starts tomorrow. Yeah. An interesting point about making the long working hours and only exceptional performance as passing grade a policy in countries with decent employee protection like within EU. I expect Twitter could simply stop employing people in such countries, close offices. He mentioned that. And the free speech laws in other countries aren't conducive to what he wants to do, so he might close down shop. Just a philosophical one, the wording of what to expect describes a startup that is up against the world. Example, would you describe the early employees getting lots of equity? That's very, very common with startups. You would say, hey, come into this startup, and here's what we're going to do. You're going to be engineering, you're going to be not HR, but you're going to wear multiple hats, work hard hours, and if somebody buys us out, you're going to make a lot of money. In reality, and that's basically what he's doing, he took the company private. So you could make a lot of money if you stay at Twitter, work hard, forget about all the gender stuff and all the attacking people who don't lick the boot of the establishment and just work your butt off. I think it'll pay off. Trust me, look at his other companies. In reality, you'd work for the world's richest man with the most equity. Unclear what equity employees get. Yeah, that would be inside stuff. So he just goes on to talk about it, but I think that's a good thing. So when you look at greatness, my final takeaway from this is, when you look at greatness, it's never easy, it's never simple. It doesn't come easy. Even talented people got to work hard to be great. Let me know what you think about that. One last thread I want to go through, and that is DeSantis thread. And somebody did a great thread talking about the supporters the funding of Ron DeSantis. And let's go through this excellent thread, and then I'll be out. Gotta get some pizza. I'm gonna do just tonight. We don't eat a lot of pizza. I'm gonna do Pizza Hut tonight. Pizza Hut and wings. I got to go pick up that meal. We're gonna have a good dinner with the family. If you don't know, I got 2 little boys, lovely wife, grateful. Thanks to everybody. Bishop, Fred the Show, stopping by. Levi GB, thanks for stopping by. We're going to be out in a little bit. What's good? Wait, what is this? GB is already breaking news. I didn't hear this. Is that real? I have no reason to doubt when GB comes in with the news, it's the news. Says what's good, just watch Daryl Books get, this is Waukesha, get sentenced to over 1,000 years. I'm torn on the unlived penalty. If we did have one, it would be for the Darrell Brooks of the world. As of right, I'm torn on it, but I always want to say, like, I'm torn on it, but I want to be definitive. So I am for the unlived penalty in general for specific acts, but I'm not strong on that position. Let's just say that, because I don't trust the system. This is the same system that's allowing the corruption right now. You look at the highest court of the land, and you have justices that don't know what's going on in the middle of a pandemic. They're quoting CNN and misquoting stuff. It's and so how that's the hesitancy I have with the unlived penalty. The highest justices, the highest judges in the land are just incompetent. Some of them, just complete ideal. They're almost like religious zealots. So that's the concern I would have. But let's go to DeSantis here. DeSantis, 60% of Ron DeSantis's donations have come from donations of $50,000 or more. 54% of Donald Trump's donations have come from donations of less than $2,000. Donald Trump is obviously more a man of the people. Whether you think that's legit or not, it's basically proven out to be factual based on the donations. Just 6% of these donations went to DeSantis, 6% meaning donations of $200 or less. Ron DeSantis is backed by billionaires and the establishment. Here are some of them. I talked about Ken Griffin on another show. I've done so many, I can't even remember what show it was now. Ken Griffin is Ron DeSantis' biggest donor. Let's talk about him a little bit more in depth. And I don't want to come across if you're for DeSantis, I'm not hating you. I'm just giving you, if he wants to run against Trump, this is what we're going to talk about. So we got to talk about this. He has donated $5 million to DeSantis. He is the founder of Citadel Capital. Yes, this is the same one that was the target of the GameStop short squeeze. That was literally Occupy Wall Street 2.0. And Ron DeSantis is funded by the corporate side of that. His number one funder. So looking down more on it, Griffin was not a fan of DeSantis' war on Muslim. So I'm going to text my wife real quick. I'm smelling smoke. I'm just hoping it's the neighbors doing this. Is live, everybody. I'm mad I don't have my phone. I would use my Google speaker as a thing here. Telling my wife I smell fire just to make sure she... I'm smelling like heavy smoke, so I don't know what's going on. But I'm in the basement, so... I'm guessing it's the neighbors. But back to this here. I've been frustrated with his position on Muslim because it has overshadowed his messaging on the V. A lot of people criticize Trump for the V, but DeSantis, this is the commentary. So the point of that is Griffin was mad that DeSantis left the Muslim up to the people. This is the one funding him. Now, again, I do not want to be unfair here. Because if I'm unfair to Ronnie D, then I'm doing the same thing that he's doing, in my opinion, to Trump. I'm not trying to be unfair to him at all. Remember the donors. I'm going to play the clip. I got 7 minutes. Let me see if I can find the clip real quick. I'm going to play the clip with DeSantis, and this is the take. This is the argument for, I want to steel man the DeSantis argument. You can't be serious. I don't have the... Twitter search is just, my goodness. Oh, wait, I think I just found it. Okay, here we go. Let me bring this up. I've played this multiple times. I want to be fair to DeSantis. The argument for DeSantis, with all this big money donors I'm talking about, because that doesn't The big money donor doesn't define necessarily what DeSantis's take is or how he's going to govern. It's just a concern of mine. And let's listen. I think it's around the middle here. He did that. I don't think any other executive in the country did that. So that's me giving DeSantis props. Let me go forward a little bit. Wait, what is that? Oh, that's the ad. Okay. So let me bring that up. Let me see if my wife knows what's going on. Nope, she did not respond. So I don't think there's any fire in the house. The thing I texted my wife. It literally says, "I smell fire." That's the whole text.
The Miami Herald editorial board wrote, "We can't trust the governor with our lives." A former political advisor with knowledge of the COVID response told me that DeSantis was unfazed. We were getting crucified, but to him it was just noise.
So this is
DeSantis revels in defying what he sees as a...
So this is in defense of DeSantis. I'm going to show you all the money and all that. He defies it. So maybe he'll do something that we've never seen before, somebody defying that big money. But here's the
corrupt
argument.
and self-satisfied liberal establishment. Those who work closely with him say that he is unique among elected officials in his disregard for public opinion and the press. Ron's strength as a politician is that he doesn't give a fuck, a Republican consultant who knows him told me. Ron's weakness as a politician is that he doesn't give a fuck. Big donors,
Interesting, that's also his biggest weakness by this person.
he doesn't give a shit. Cancels on them all the time.
Big donors, he doesn't care. Let's bring that back one more time. This is the argument for DeSantis.
Is that he doesn't give a fuck, a Republican consultant who knows him told me. Ron's weakness as a politician is that he doesn't give a fuck. Big donors, he doesn't give a shit. Cancels on them all the time.
Woo! So keep that in mind. I'm going to be fair. So when I talk about all this big money he's had, Ron DeSantis might say, Griffin, I don't give a F. Okay. Are you really going to be able to do that on the national level? I don't know. Griffin also stated in 2017 that he was terrified about the political hardline against immigrants in the U.S. So Griffin is he's just your normal neocon funding establishment. You could put a D or a R by his name. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. That's the number one donor to DeSantis. He also disagreed with DeSantis' move to fly nearly 50 Venezuelan migrants from Texas to Martha's Vineyard, one of the biggest things we've bigged up DeSantis for. You see the concern? Now, what about the Citadel? Again, they were the main target in the GameStop short squeeze. They shorted the stock to the point that they hoped the company would go out of business. So they were doing all this big short squeezing on GameStop. Somebody saw it, put it on Reddit, and then they were able to counter it. So this thread, I'm going to end with that. So you go through the thread here. There's multiple people here. Founder of WeatherTech did not support Trump in 2020 due to his stance on DACA, but he is supporting DeSantis. I mean, I've got a laundry list of people that is troubling that they support DeSantis. So let me know if do you think that DeSantis will be able to fight that off? If you do, that's fine. I'm concerned about it, but who knows? It's all a hypothetical. But I'm about to go out. I'm about to be out. Gonna get some food here. I'm in charge of pickup, and then gonna get a little bit. That's why I like saving the pizza for not too much. We rarely get my wife's from Chicago, so she's a pizza snob. Those Chicagoans, and they don't do the deep dish. The ones who are from Chicago, they don't eat the deep dish. They eat the thin crust, which is good. Don't get me wrong. The pizza there is good because the ingredients all the way up is dope. But sometimes it's good just to have a little Pizza Hut. I used to live in Ann Arbor, Michigan, headquarters where Domino's was headquartered, and the Domino's pizza there was good. So, yep, thanks a lot for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hopefully we're going to get good news from the move on Kevin McCarthy. I'm going to do a video detailing what's going on with that. It's good news. I was confused when I was reading the article this morning, but it's really good, really, really good news. Now, they got Mitch McConnell's back in. McCarthy, they don't vote until January. Mitch McConnell's back in. So I know that sounds like bad news. I did a video talking about that. But the thing with that is the votes weren't there. They tried to put pressure. I think it was good that pressure was on there, but the votes weren't there. So it's not a bad thing at all. They had 10 votes against. One was present. So that's like really 11 votes against Mitch McConnell. That's pretty solid. There's no MAGA push in the Senate. But in the House, they had 24 people vote no for Kevin McCarthy. They rolled up on him, man. That's not like 5 MAGAs. That's 24 people. They rolled up on him. So it's a good sign. I'm out. Thanks for checking out the channel. Take care.